Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? So today's video I'm going to show you some more T.T.M returns that I have received in the last several days. Actually the last week or two. I'm a little bit behind on my T.T.M videos. I've been a little bit under the weather. So let's get started. So first one is postmarked from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Took 6 days and the player signed 2 of 2. And the player is Mr. Larry Bowa. He signed his 1983 Topps, and I believe that's 1993 Ted Williams, which I really like the Ted Williams cards. I think they're really nice. Larry played 17 years. He was a 5-time All-Star. He had 2,191 hits for his career. He hit 15 home runs. He had 99 triples. So he had far more triples than he had homers. And he had 525 RBIs. He led the league in triples in 1972, actually, when he hit 13. Here's a fun fact. He tried out but never made his high school baseball team. And he also still holds the record for the NL career fielding average. And he batted .375 in the 1980 World Series. And Larry is now senior advisor to the general manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. So that's Mr. Larry Bowa. Oops. If I get Mr. Larry Bowa to stand up straight, well, we'll just put Larry Bowa off to the side and put one in the holder. All right, the next one came from San Jose, California. Took 21 days, and it was 1 of 1. And this one is Mr. Dave Righetti. Now, Dave, he had 82 wins and 79 losses in his career, but he did have 252 saves with a lifetime ERA of 3.46. He was a 2-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion. He was the 1981 AL Rookie of the Year. He pitched a no-hitter on July 4th, 1983. He was the first player in history to pitch a no-hitter and lead the league in saves. That's Mr. Dave Righetti. All right, the third one came from Baltimore, Maryland. Took 16 days, and it's 3 of 3. And this one came from Mr. Scott McGregor. He signed 3 of 3. All of them on Baltimore cards because he spent his whole career with the Baltimore Orioles. And he actually pitched 13 years. Had 138 wins, 108 losses. His best year was in 1980 where he went 20-8 with a 3.32 ERA. He had 12 complete games that year. And here's another fun fact about Scott McGregor. He played high school baseball with George Brett. They were both on the same team. George Brett was a year ahead of him. And he was part of the World Series championship team in Baltimore in 1983. Whoops, I'm losing stuff over here. And that's Mr. Scott McGregor. See if we can get them all to stand up straight. I'll put this one over here. And last but not least, came from Miami, Florida. Took 13 days, and the player signed 2 of 3. And this one is of Mr. Denny Martinez. Now, I sent him 3. He must have kept the 1 card. Dennis had 245 lifetime wins and 193 losses with a career ERA of 3.70. And he struck out 2,149 batters. He pitched a perfect game. Here's a card. On July 28th, 1991, he pitched 18 complete games in 1979. 18 complete games. Do they even pitch any more than 2 a year now? Since pitching has changed so much. He had for his career, he had 122 complete games in his career. Fun fact about Mr. Denny Martinez, he is a member of the Canadian Hall of Fame. So I'm glad I got this one back, Mr. Dennis Martinez. Okay. So I want to thank Mr. Larry Bowa, Mr. Dave Righetti, Mr. Scott McGregor, and Mr. Dennis Martinez for signing these for me and returning them to me. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Just remember, keep collecting, keep searching for those hidden gems, and keep having fun. Later.